Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel. So do you guys want to talk some yarn today? Yeah, I do. And I like to talk yarn with you guys. It's fun. So remember, if you're new, I have like I don't know what even today is. The making of the video. 9/14/2023. I have over 1,100 crochet tutorials. And I put them on all the time, so feel free to check them out. But today we're going to talk about some yarn. So last time when I did a live stream, I was asking about where, because my birthday was coming up, and I always think it's fun to have my husband pick out yarn from a yarn store, and then, you know, see how well he knows me, and then we do a video. We've done that a couple times. Well, someone had mentioned the Wool Warehouse, and I thought that was an excellent idea because I haven't purchased from the Wool Warehouse in quite some time. But I could not. My husband said that he would rather purchase yarn for me from somewhere that he's more familiar with the brands. I understand that. So I purchased from the Wool Warehouse myself. It's been so long. It's been so long. And if you're not familiar with the Wool Warehouse, the Wool Warehouse is based in the UK, and they have a lot of nice yarns, you know, that they don't sell at big box stores here in the States. And one thing that always gets me, they are like the super fast shippers. I mean, the fastest. This got here to me in 3 days. But I do pay for express shipping. But I've had it get to me, no doubt, from the UK to Illinois in 36 hours from the Wool Warehouse. But still, 3 days is pretty dang good. Because sometimes when I buy yarn from the States, it can take 2 weeks. So it's amazing to me how sometimes you buy from out of the country and it just gets here way faster. Not just from the Wool Warehouse. Ice Yarns is another one that ships extremely fast. Hobium Yarns ships extremely fast. And then you buy from the States, and sometimes it takes a while. Hey, but it is what it is, right? Let's open this yarn and look at it. Okay, Wool Warehouse. It's one of my favorite places to buy yarn from outside of the United States. I haven't bought from them. It's been a little while. This is my first order in a while. So I'm excited. I like these. They have some new yarns that I got and some that I've had before. Oh. So what I like about the Wool Warehouse, so, well, usually they put your yarn in these organza bags, or you could say that you don't want organza bags, but this time they just gave me gave me a whole bunch of organza bags that I could put my yarn in, because some of the yarn is in sacks already. So that's probably why they did that. Some of it is, some of it isn't, but that's okay. Cool with that. The organza bags are quite useful. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and look. Now, when you go to their site, it's set up in pounds. You can convert it to up in the corner to US dollars if you want. I've already done the conversion here, so I can tell you, I'm going to be telling you how much it is in US dollars, not pounds. All right, shall we begin? So I got this here. Let me set that aside. I'm making something out of that, but I got this is the same thing. This is James C. Brett. I like James C. Brett. I think it's a nice brand of yarn. This is their Aztec Aran with alpaca. So it's 90 acrylic, 10 alpaca, machine washable, but do not put it in the dryer. 190 meters or 208 yards, 100 grams, and that's per ball. So here's their Aran weight. Aran's always just a little bit thicker than a 4, sometimes. Not much though. There we go. That light was kind of funny. Yeah, that's what color it is. It's a really pretty, the shade is AL14. It's like a coppery color. Very pretty. And I think it's a nice soft acrylic. I guess maybe because it's got a little alpaca in it. That could be it. But this stuff is so excited. $4.36 a ball. $4.36 a ball. And that is for 208 yards of an Aran weight, like I said, which is sometimes a little thicker than a 4, not much, but you know. And it's such a pretty color. I got enough, and I know what I'm gonna make with it. I think I got enough. Yeah, I got enough. Yeah, I did. Oh, there's more. There's more. Yeah, there's more. I got plenty to make what I want to make with it. All right. So I have had that before, but I tell you the truth, I gave it all away. So, but this time I'm not giving that away. All right. And up next is this. I don't know if I've ever had this, to tell you the truth. I think maybe I have, but maybe not in this way. So this is a Rico brand, Rico Designs. It's a nice yarn brand. I like Rico. It's the Creative Melange DK. So DK stands for double knit, which here in the States would be a lightweight number 3. It's 50 gram ball, 195 meters, so close to 220 yards. It's 53% aversion wool, 47% acrylic, made in Italy. Nice. You can wash it and dry on low heat, I believe it says. So this is a roving style DK. You look at it there, there's their DK. Not a bad DK, you know, but it, you know, it's roving. It goes from thick to thin in some spots. A lot of rovings do that. It's very pretty. I like the color of it. So I got about 220 yards of a DK per ball. And this is 624 ball. Now remember, these might seem a little expensive, but some of the brands are pretty nice. I've always liked Rico. I like that. That's really pretty, teal and purple. I like that. Did I only get one ball of this? I guess I did. And then I just marked out how much it cost. No, I didn't. I told you, didn't I? Yeah, 6 something a ball. All right, so that's that. No, I got 4 of those. 4. I like the colors. It's pretty. It's probably just going to give me a color number, though, more than likely. Made in Italy. Yeah. Color 005. Nice. I like it. Pretty. I'll use it, more than likely. Okay, and then I got the Rico Creative Melange Aran Wonderball. So these you might be familiar with. Hobby has these as well, but it's not the Rico brand. It's a different brand. That's so pretty. So this is a Rico brand again. Now this is the same thing that I just showed you, except for it's an Aran weight, and it is 200 gram Wonderball, 640 meters. So you know you got like 700 yards here. 51 wool and 49 acrylic, made in Italy. Same washing instructions. That's so pretty. I love it. What's the color of it? I don't think these were very cheap, if I remember. But actually, if you think about it, sorry about that. Color number 20. If you think about it, yeah, $24.99. I don't think it's bad for being a Rico brand, and also you're getting 700 yards of an Aran weight, but it is roving, so it's going to go from thick to thin. So kind of looks, you know, like a normal 4 weight, but there'll be spots that it'll go from thick to thin. This is beautiful. So it's got like avocado green in it, and mustardy yellows and browns. Oh, your Wonderball by Rico, you're so pretty. So pretty that I bought another color. So I got that one. Oh, I absolutely love a good red. This is the same thing that I just showed you. Just a pretty color as well. Look at that. We got the dark blood reds down to even some dark burgundies, brick reds. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, as much as I love that other one, I think of this one I do prefer. And the color number on this one is color number 5. It was the only red one that they had, so you'll be able to see it if you go there. It's so pretty. $24.99, so $25. I don't think that's a bad. Like I said, I don't think it's bad. 700 yards of a 4-weight. Like I said, for being a Rico, Rico's a pretty good brand. Love it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that though. I actually got 2 of those. So if I have 700 yards each, they give me 1,400. Ooh, I can do some things with 1,400 yards of a 4-weight. Okay, up next, I had to get it. It was Christmas yarn. It was new on their site. If you know anything about me, you know I love Christmas yarn. Absolutely love Christmas yarn. I really love Christmas yarn. And this one was no exception. So this is by Stylecraft Wonderland Chunky. Never had this before. Look at that one. I remember this was called, Gingerbread House. That was the name of it. They had like 4 or 5 different colors. I liked this one the best. It's a 99 premium acrylic and 1% polyester. 190 meters, 207 yards, 100 grams. Machine wash, tumble dry on cool. Alright, so it's sparkly too. Can you see the sparkles in it? I always call this type of sparkle a glisten. It's just a glisten. See that? When it hits the light right, it's like fairy dust was sprinkled on it. Or if you go outside after it snowed and the sun is hitting it, it just glistens just like this. It's such a beautiful way to add sparkle to Christmas yarn, is to add like the glistening type of sparkle to it, I think. It's just so Christmassy to have that little twinkle or that little fairy dust or that little bit of a glisten. All right, enough. So it's roving, 4-weight roving. There we go. I like the color gingerbread. It's got a little bit of orange in there, which would make you think, I guess, of a gingerbread cookie. And then you got the classic Christmas colors. And then, yeah, the red's kind of a brick red, but it also has a lighter, or a little bit more reddier red in the middle. A reddier red. So, this was $6.49 of all. Again, that's what it looks like knitted up. But I'm not going to be knitting with it. I'm going to be crocheting with it. Feels good too. That is so pretty. I got 6 balls of this. And did I say the yardage was like 200 yards? Yeah. Okay. I already know what I'm going to make with it. It's going to be Christmas. Not a Christmas. Like, it is going to be something made in Christmas colors. But you can make it any color that you want. Gosh, that's pretty. Alright. Gosh, I love Christmas yarn so much. And that gingerbread one was just so pretty. I think it was just the hint of that pumpkin rusty orangey color in there. Just made it really seem like a gingerbread house to me. Anyways, alright. I'm going to move on. This was new. Never seen it, never had it, never felt it, never looked at it. This is called King Cole Homespun Prison Yarn Double Knit. So the double knit is a DK. Feels fine. This is a 50-gram ball. Machine wash, do not dry. It's 22 fine merino super wash, 22 alpaca, 23 polyamide, 23 acrylic, and 10% viscose. 191 yards or 175 meters of a DK. It's a pretty color. And they're calling this a DK. So this is a plied yarn. It's not roving. That's a nice DK. I like it. It feels good. It's scarfable. I would make a scarf out of it and wear it. The color, the shade is called Moorland. That's the color number of it. And let's see how much this costs in US dollars. What is it? Prism? Homespun Prism. I can't even read my writing. Oh, $3.99 a ball. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty. I love the colors on that one. I don't know what I'll do with that. Did I only get 2 balls? That's strange. I guess I only got 2 balls of it. Well, I got 400 yards. That would make me a scarf. Or 2 hats. Well, no, because it's a DK. Make me 1 hat. It's pretty though. I like that one. Okay. 2 balls of that. Up next. What? Oh, I got more than 2. I'm like, I don't know why I would just get 2 balls of that. Yeah. I got 6 balls at 200 yards. That's better. Yeah, 6 right there. I'm like sitting there looking at it. And that's not a bad price, really. I don't think. It's pretty yarn. Okay, this is a bag. And I know what I'm doing with this. I'm going to set this over here. There's a whole bag, but I got a ball of it as well. Now, I actually have used this, and I like it. I have a cardigan on my channel made out of this. Not this color, of course, but made out of the same yarn. Now, this is hay-filled bonus chunky tweed extra value. Machine washable and dryable. So this is a bulky 100 grams, 150 yards, or 137 meters. It's 96 acrylic and 4 viscose. So this is made by Hayfield. I don't think Hayfield's a bad brand of yarn. Bought it plenty of times. As you see, it's got the flecks in it, and look at the gold, like amber color, kind of. That's pretty. Yeah, that's like an ambery gold color. Maybe that's the name of it, amber. I don't know, but I know it's pretty. No, it's not. I can't even find it. Okay, I'll move on then. Anyways, made by Sadar in Turkey. Okay. Oh, it is called amber. That's probably why I'm calling it amber. I think I knew when I bought it that it is a very pretty amber color. So here's their 5/8. Now this is kind of a thicker 5/8. Well, it's not bad. It's in between like a 5 and a 6 probably. If you ask me, I think this is like a true 5/8. Sometimes 5/8s nowadays are a little on the thinner side. But I love this nonetheless. And like I said, you know, it feels kind of like it feels fine. It feels fine. I have a cardigan on my channel made out of this. Not this color, of course, but out of this. It's $3.24 ball. Worth every penny, if you ask me. I mean, the color alone with the flecks in it. I fleckin' love flecks. A lot. So I'm keeping that. I know what I'm making with that. Alright, now this I have had before, but I always gave it away. I'm not giving this away because I know I have to make something out of this. This was actually on sale too. This is the Hayfield Bonanza Chunky. You guys might have seen me open this before. They have it in all different colors, but the brown was beautiful, my favorite. Plus it was on sale. The brown one was on sale. A couple others were on sale, but it's so soft. Oh, it's nice. This is what's called Hazel Twirl. Sorry about my dog. It's a 400 gram ball, 592 meters, 647 yards. 647 yards. 100% acrylic. Made in Turkey. It is so pretty. So this is a machine wash dryable. Bulky 5. Nice, thicker, bulky 5, just kind of like the last hay fill I showed you. But this one is beautiful. And I can't give it away because I have something I'm going to make with it. So I'll be keeping this one. And these were $9.99, which is a pretty dang good price for 400 grams or 650 yards of a bulky 5 nonetheless. You know, you get more out of a bulky 5 crochet wise than you do a 4-weight. That's beautiful. I like the colors, the grays in it and the browns and the creams, and yes, projects, winter projects. Hopefully I have time to do them all. This is more of that, so hopefully I have time to finish them all. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Had this before, gave it away, got it again because, and I'm not giving this away. Actually, I have plans for all this yarn in this box. I don't really exactly have plans for these two, like in my head, but I plan on using them. So I think I might. I don't generally keep the yarn that I buy, except for maybe like 1 or 2 things. But when I bought this, I just thought of what I wanted to make with it in my head. So I bought enough to make what I thought. And so far I remembered. I know what I'm making with this one too. I'm pretty sure I remembered everything that I was going to make with it. Well, most of it anyways. So this is James C. Brett Rustic Aran Tweed. This is, of all the, they have a lot of colors of this. This one is by far my favorite. It's like a nice, beautiful red. Look at all them flecks. I'm a flecky type of person, man. I mean, I just love flecks and tweeds. It's so pretty. James Rustic Aran Tweed. So we got like a 4-weight or a thicker 4 or whatever for the Aran weight. Nice. It is so pretty. It's 20% wool, 77 acrylic, and 3% viscose. It's the flex. It looks like it's like 30% viscose. Man, that is flecked out. It's flecking awesome, and it's flecked to the max. Man, there's so many flecks on that. It's so flecking cool. The collar is shade number 30. 695 meters or 760 yards per ball for $14.99. $15. Wool acrylic viscose blend. It's a very, very gorgeous red. 760 yards of a 4-weight. And it's James C. Brett. I love it. I got 3 of them. Yes. That's going to make me what I intended on making with it last time when I got it, but I gave it away. All right, you're probably like, are you almost done? I am almost done. Okay, so this was new, I guess, but not new. Does that make sense? Okay, this is by Sidar. This is the jewel spun. Now, of course, I've had the regular jewel spun many times, but this is jewel spun chunky. I think it was new because I think a regular jewel spun is a 4-weight if I remember right. So this would be a chunky, would be a bulky 5 for us in the United States. Jewel spun with wool chunky, a 200 gram ball, 300 meters or 328 yards. You know, I only did buy one of these, and it was $11.99. I remember the price. I don't even have to look. Yeah, I looked. $11.99. The color of this one's called Emerald. It is machine washable, but do not dry. That is some pretty yarn. I like the jewel spun in general. I like this one as well. They didn't have a lot of colors to choose from. That could be because it was relatively, because it was a newer yarn. I don't know. The regular jewel spun's pretty as well. But it's roving style, bulky 5. You know, roving, thick to thin. It'll hit a bulky in some spots, 4 in another. But that's beautiful. You know, I bought this because it was new. I think this one I didn't have anything in mind when I bought it. but I knew with 328 yards of a bulky that would make a beautiful cowl or a beautiful scarf, more than enough for a hat. So that's probably what I'll do with it. I hope you guys don't mind if I keep this yarn, because I did kind of pick out yarns that I wanted to make things with. So like I said, I usually get rid of all of it. I'm gonna have to add an extra tote to my two tote limit, because this stuff's going to be used for some of my fall and winter projects this year. Like I said, I hope that's okay. I generally don't keep it, but I did have, you know, I remember mostly what I was going to do with this stuff and got enough yarn to do it. So this is James C. Brett Marble Chunky. Maybe many of you are familiar with that. It's a pretty common yarn. I have quite a few things made out of it. It is machine washable, a 200 gram ball, made in Turkey, 100% acrylic, 312 meters or 341 yards, and it is a chunky weight, so it's a bulky number 5. Color MC59. Oh my gosh, the color palette on these marble chunkies are so, there's just so many to choose from. It was hard. So this is their chunky weight on the marble chunky. There we go. I like this color. And sometimes on this site, it's hard to really tell what, because it's just kind of a little snapshot of what it looks like. It's hard to tell really the full picture until you get it. I'm glad I got this one. It's very, very in line with the colors that I like. You know, so I've never had this color ever. It's very, very pretty. And I like the marble chunky. Like I said, I have quite a few things made out of it on my channel, and it's $8.49 a ball. That is for 200 grams of a 5 weight, 341 yards. And if I remember right, oh, I do remember correctly, I got enough to make what I want to make with it. Okay, I'm almost done. I just got a couple more to show you. And then I will be on my way. Alright, so they had this new, I think it was a hand-dyed yarn. Oh gosh. I had to get it because it was new, never had it. I never even heard of the company before, to tell you the truth. So, and then they had, like, every single color was pretty. You ever run into that? Like, every color is pretty. And you're sitting there trying to decide on one. And then I'm like, I picked one out and I'm like, jeez, I really want these other ones. So then I just decided to get 2. And then I'm like, man, I really want these other ones. But I stopped at 2 colors because it is hand-dyed and it's kind of expensive. So I got 2 colors of it. Oh, they're pretty. So this is called Knit Pro. I'm never going to be able to pronounce that, but I'll hold it up there. There it is. Viva. It is 100% superwash merino. Now I did notice whenever I went on their site that it just said 100% wool and it didn't say superwash. I didn't notice it at the time, but I noticed it when I went back to check prices, and I'm like, oh no, that's not superwash. That's weird that it was a hand-dyed and in that it didn't say superwash. But I was okay with that because I like straight wool too. But now that I see it is a superwash, which I would prefer it to be a superwash because more than likely I would make a hat out of this. So this is 100% superwash merino. This is a DK weight, so it's a lightweight 3. I don't think they had a 4 weight. I think they had just had fingering and DK weight, if I remember. Like I said, it was new. Never seen it before, nor touched it, nor felt it. 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 220 meters or 240 yards of a DK. Hand-dyed. It says you can machine wash on gentle cycle, but lay flat to dry. Alright, made in India, huh? Knit Pro. Now this is very, very, very pretty. The color is called Strangers in the Night. That is a pretty yarn, and it's a very soft yarn. Boy, I would have liked to have got enough of, actually I like both of them, but I think the one in my lap I like a little bit more. But this one is absolutely stunning, don't get me wrong. Every color was pretty. I had a hard time. Let's look at their DK weight. It's nice and spongy feeling. So that's their DK. Yeah, I think that's a nice DK weight. Now, I don't generally work with too many DKs, but I will if it's a beautiful yarn. And this indeed is a beautiful yarn. This was, $18.11. Now, that is not a bad price for a hand-dyed superwash merino. It's really not. I mean, right now, man, they run between $25 to $45 in the States of hand-dyed yarns. I guess it just depends. I really didn't think that was a bad price for a hand-dyed yarn at such beautiful colors in that. Purples and blacks and blues. So I did get two, because I wanted them of this color, because I wanted to make sure that like I said, I would probably make a hat. I don't know if I'll need to for the hat, but just in case, since it's a DK. And then I got the same thing, but in another color. I think this one is probably my favorite. It was the first one I put in the cart. This one's called Cafe Rose. Oh my my. Oh my my. Oh heck yes. This hank's gonna not be a party dress, but it's gonna be a hat for me. Guaranteed that's gonna be a hat. That is so pretty. Now I love all this yarn that I've showed you. I love every single ball. Favorite is right here. This is a pretty yarn. This is so pretty. Like I said, and I just wish it was a 4-way. I do wish it was a 4-way. But I can deal with it being a DK because it's so dang pretty. So there's the name again. Like I said, it's new to me. It's the first time I've ever seen it, touched it, held it, felt it, whatever, looked at it. Gosh, that is pretty. Cafe Rose, huh? Maybe I was drawn to it because my daughter is Rose, but the color is absolutely outstanding. Definitely hat making material for me. Generally when I get hand-dyed hanks of yarn, I make hats out of it because they're kind of expensive to be making anything big out of. I guess every once in a while I might, but not too often. I usually use cheaper yarns or less inexpensive yarns for bigger projects. That's my favorite. That's definitely my favorite yarn out of all of them. I got one more to show you and then I'll be done. Okay. You know how I was talking about making a Mr. Rogers sweater, and I was trying to find a perfect red. I don't know if I found it or not. I have to look at it. Now, when I looked on the site, you know how the pictures look, they look, sometimes they're different, depending on what device you're looking at. The color isn't always the same. And it was from West Yorkshire Spinners, and if you do not know, West Yorkshire Spinners is my #1 favorite brand of yarn ever. It's just wool, straight up wool yarns, and wool is my favorite. And yes, West Yorkshire Spinners is my favorite brand. A lot of people may not have known that, but yes, it is #1 out of all the brands. Malbrigo is #2, but yes, West Yorkshire Spinners has been #1 because I'm a big time wool lover. Well, I went there and I saw this red and I thought, I wonder if this is going to work for my Mr. Rogers sweater because I've been looking for it. And now I know when you see Mr. Rogers in his classic red sweater that his mom made him, I know that's knitted and it's knitted with a thin yarn. Now I can't do that because I don't knit and I can't use thin yarns. So I'm just going to have to mock it in a 4-weight. Probably using the knit stitch or something similar. It's not going to look exact. I'm going to try my best to make it look similar. A crocheted version of Mr. Rogers classic red zip up sweater. So I think this one's gonna work. What do you think? I looked everywhere for the perfect red, and I almost settled on Red Heart Super Saver cherry red. And then I thought to myself, you know, I would use that yarn. I don't have a problem using that yarn. And I thought, I know that his sweater is made out of wool. I know it. So I kind of wanted to try to find a wool yarn. I think I found it. From my favorite brand in the whole wide world. So this is West Yorkshire Spinners, the Croft. I've had so much of this yarn, but I can say that I've never had this red before. This red is a color that I've never had. I just happened to see it, and I'm like, because I always check out the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn whenever I'm at Wool Warehouse, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that red, it could possibly be a Mr. Rogers red. But then, you know, I didn't know for sure, because colors can be deceiving. You guys think it'll work? I think it's going to be close enough, and I'm going to make it work. All right. So it's 100% Shetland wool. It's an Aran weight, so, you know, about a 4 weight. A little thicker than a 4. 166 meters or 182 yards, 100 gram hank. You can put it in a washer, but do not dry it. It says lay it out and then reshape it while it dries. Oh, I love West Yorkshire Spinners. Fresh off farm, straight up wool smelling yarn. Ah, that's going to be my Mr. Rogers sweater. Let's check out their Aran weight. I've already, you know, I've used this brand many times, so I already know, but it's a nice 4 weight yarn. I personally love it. Now, if I would not, the color is called Rewick 1010. Now I would now, even though this brand is my favorite, I would not recommend it to anybody who doesn't like a rustic filling yarn, because this is a yarn that you will have to wear like a shirt underneath, a long sleeve shirt or something to put over you. You would, you know, if I made a cardigan with it, which I'm going to want to wear a long sleeve shirt underneath it, because most of West Yorkshire Spinners yarns are pretty much just straight up very rustic filling wool. But I like that. I like that. I love it a lot. Gosh, that's pretty. Oh, I hope I got enough. But it was unfortunate. It was one unfortunate thing, and hopefully it's not going to be a big deal. They only have 13 hanks of this left, right? And of course, I'm gonna need that. That should be plenty. Hopefully, 182 yards, 13 hanks to make the sweater. But it was in 2 different dye lots. It was like 5, 8 and 5, I think. 8 in one dye lot and 5 in the other. I hope that they are not extremely different. I don't match dye lots, but with a yarn like this, maybe it won't. Hopefully it doesn't show. Like I said, I never match dye lots, but sometimes you get a yarn and you can see a difference. Let me look at the dye lot on this. I'm just gonna make sure real quick and hope it matches, because this is my Mr. Rogers sweater yarn that I've been searching everywhere for, and this is my favorite yarn company in the whole wide world. All right, let me get which one's the same dye lot. Well, where's the dye lots at? I didn't see them. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Here's the different. These were the 5 that were different. This is, so let's hope they're not extremely different, right? Come on, come on. I know West York Spinners dyeing capabilities are good, and I have a feeling they're gonna match. Yep. You can't tell no difference. You can't. No. If they threw them all in a box all together, I wouldn't even know that they were different dye lots. I wouldn't have known at all. There is not one bit of difference in those dye lots. And like I said, I've bought so much West Yorkshire spinner, especially this brand, in my life. I knew their yarn making capabilities, and I figured that they would match. But there's always this, feeling in the back of your head, just what if they're like extremely off. But they're not. They're exactly the same. That's another reason. West Yorkshire spinners, you're the bomb. All right, that's all I got. Oh, that yarn was $11.86 a ball for Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers yarn. All right, sorry my video was long. Gosh, I got some nice. I love all the yarn here. I love the Wool Warehouse. Now remember, shipping can be a little expensive if you get express, which I do. That's why I get here so fast. You don't have to buy express, and then it's extremely cheaper. But I don't know how long it takes because I've never not bought express from the Wool Warehouse. They have a coupon code that you can use to get 10% off, which is SC20, in case you're interested. It gets you 10%, not 20, but 10% off. And yeah, how exciting. Like I said, I hope it's okay to keep this. Like I said, I feel kind of bad about it. I generally would never keep all the yarn that I buy, because I like to try to bless other people. But I really just kind of went through this and thought of projects that I could make this fall with it. So I got pretty much all the projects pinned down for most of it. And the ones that I don't, I have already thought of stuff in my head that I can make with it. So anyways, I had a very good time talking yarn with you. Absolutely love the Wool Warehouse. Fantastic. Like I said, one of my favorite stores to buy from outside the United States. Always has been, always will be. They always get good marks. They have never ever messed up my order. Never ever had to contact customer service. I order it, they ship it that same night, and then it's here in like super fast. 2 days, 3 days, it's here. And I always get everything that I ordered, so I can't say anything about them. Never. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did, because I had a blast. Bye guys.